Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine's back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back into Agatha All Along. This is season 1, episode 3, and we are on the road now, so let's see what happens.
Oh, I cannot wait to see what happens on this road. I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see what sort of hijinks happens on that road.
Oh, we're in it now, Agatha.
It's things are getting a little sketchy right now. The way that the doors on top of the opening to the road closed in and seemingly locked them out.
One-way ticket.
Getting back into the house doesn't seem all that good to me. So
yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what other mischief we can get into with our characters here. Pretty fun episodes. First 2 episodes so far. Looking forward to this one. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
There we go.
for many miles of tricks
And trials.
I want some more of the Salem 7 here. Give me some more of that.
I wonder if they can follow them on the road.
Sure, they're not done yet.
That's exactly how I pictured it.
Yes.
He's like a kid in a candy store doing this.
This is a kidnapping, and I think it is high time we involve the local authorities.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that something just chased us down here?
Chased Agatha.
Okay. Okay, I am a member of the Westview Historical Society.
Full interjection, random woman with no obvious magical qualities.
Hey, she has a name. It's Sharon.
Which puts the rest of us in even more danger, and we don't even know what we're up against.
Just relax.
Tame your fears. That's what we're up against. Our worst nightmares.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, well then her worst nightmare is losing her power.
You know, labor-intensive, manual acts of magic. Witchcraft. Emphasis on the craft.
Again, who are you?
Oh, it does to them too.
Oh,
Someone's put a sigil on that boy.
sigil.
Don't look at me. I didn't put that clumsy glamour on him.
Ah, glamour. Wolf among us.
If you want to unbind and you want to reverse your fortune and you want to find out what happened to mommy and you...
Oh, no.
Oh my God. There has to be a way out of here.
That's when the Nazgul show up.
Catch you, my friend. Okay.
Oh, she still has her apron on from
Oh,
Guardian.
yep, she's gonna fall into the moss. It's gonna grab her.
Stop! No, no. Oh my God. This came
I was gonna
from
start grabbing her.
Talbot's. You-
This just came from Talbot's. That's such a Midwestern thing.
Been a very, very, very bad day. Oh my God. This is hard. Not the way to go. Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
I was like, well, we're going to lose her.
Yeah, I don't think
All that moss.
Lost her bag.
Easy.
Easy.
Oh. just a really, really, really horrible party.
So if we just follow the instructions of the ballot,
I don't know how you expect me to walk and walk and walk when there is nowhere to walk to.
right.
I don't know. It's never that obvious.
Is the road trying to pick them off one by one?
Maybe.
Oh, it's showing them
Look
something.
at that. That's a very nice house.
And all the colors just got brighter too from the darkness that we were in.
We should stop asking.
That's the old shoulder roll. Oh.
Ah, sandy beaches.
Hopefully Sharon can get a shower.
Those high
This
pants that
is
kids
a
got on give me
house.
Frodo vibes.
Right off your vision board.
Your vision board.
That would be such a bummer. Sorry.
Oh, that was a lot closer than what it appeared when they're in the
Wow,
forest.
You're on the road. It's magic.
Look at the craftsmanship in that
The
door.
phases of the moon.
It's full. The water phase.
For waterbending. Is that a peak?
Well, we don't want to surprise anyone.
Don't we?
This is interesting.
Why is there being? Well, maybe.
Wonder if we're even going to see
there.
Rio in this episode. We didn't see her in the last one.
No.
The road changes.
out
Oh, look at they're
Oh,
all
coven.
changed.
Straight out of the 90s.
Changed. Yep.
She doesn't have hers though, or does she?
Yeah, it was on her shirt or a jacket.
Wow, does he look
It's
different?
giving middle-aged, second chance at love vibes, and I'm here for it.
Definitely a sip your tea with.
There's no doorknob.
I look like one of my customers.
Bury me in that kitchen.
Check this out. What is this? A wedding? Please God, not a baby shower. It's a riddle. My age has value. I'm no fun alone. I mess with your mind. My tricks are well known.
It's a gorgeous cardstock. Wine.
That's it. 10 points for Mrs. Hart.
10 points for what now?
Solve the riddle.
Hey, a bit of advice. Watch your back with Agatha. Did you know she traded her own child for the Book of the Damned?
Little red flag.
Well, you know, I mean, let's not judge.
Found it.
Oh, one of those.
Seems a little heavy-handed to imply that, doesn't it?
Whoa, isn't
Is
that?
that a cell phone holder on his belt?
They all got that much out of one bottle?
If you're waiting for a charcuterie, I don't think it's coming.
This is magic land, and he's wondering about wine coming out of a bottle.
Just saying it.
Of
There you go, kitty.
There you go. Way to go, Sharon.
I have had a very hard day. Do not judge me.
I suppose.
Oh,
Oh, what's this now? Oh.
Want to play a game?
Hey. So finish the second she finished that, the timer kicked in.
Yep.
They all got to finish within 30 minutes.
To the prize.
Can I have some?
No, bet.
Jeez.
Should we take the girl talk to the sofa?
God, I always be so nervous about drinking red wine on furniture like that, you know?
Ah, easy cleanup, Dave. Don't you worry.
club soda.
Fixes it right up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like your tattoo. Where'd you get it?
Nowhere.
Okay.
All right.
Hey. Oh, we got to come back to that. It'll look like something
Oh, boy.
strange and Wong.
Some symbols on there, yeah.
My mom was playing Red Rocks.
Symbol wards off curses, right?
Never mind. I am way off. Guess he knows.
How old were you?
Oh, that's awesome.
I would drink the blood of a virgin if it would smooth out some of these wrinkles.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
What happened?
Oh, you are
Oh.
so sweet.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You're, a little swollen.
Is it that? I think she looks fantastic.
oh.
Even poisoned. What?
Oh, no. Please, my face. Let me see.
Oh.
Jules.
Oh,
No, it's poison Sharon, remember?
Why don't you just let her drink it all? It just serves our best interests.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions so we can identify the toxin, okay? Do you feel a tingling in the back of your throat?
No.
Do you taste mulberries?
What do mulberries taste like?
Oh no.
Your face is back to normal.
Oh.
Is mine?
What happened?
What is going on?
Alewife revenge. Face swelling is just the beginning. Next is dizziness, delirium.
He's writing it down.
My heart's racing.
That's another one. Also hallucinations.
Everybody just needs to sit down.
We don't all have to suffer. Tate didn't drink.
He's not in the coven, and he's underage.
I'm gonna shove it down your console.
Oh boy.
Oh.
On the
See? Right on the carpet.
upholstery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, but there's no more wine. So
Oh,
Oh.
look at that.
hmm Just like what happened to hers after she poured in the plant.
Drink.
Got a peer pressure going on here.
Let's hope she would do the Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
in all
Just
of us.
refill it. That'd be kind of funny.
oh, it's so cheap.
Please. Wanda?
Are we losing Sharon?
Oh.
All right. She went down on the couch. That's good, at least.
Let him breathe.
The hallucinations seem chill.
Hey, potions witch. It's time to brew an antidote.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see what we're working with here. I need frankincense and the gut of a eusocial insect.
Oh, okay.
Lillian, come, let's go. After you. Go, on the way.
Now I just need a really big cauldron. That could work.
Oh,
Empty.
No gas.
Okay.
I don't trust that garage door opener. Not a lift master.
Get it. Oh, we're gonna find. We're gonna get it.
Okay. Oh, well, look, got to be something in here.
I know a snake oil salesman when I see one. I say we call her Bluff.
I just think we should find the ingredients first, though, right? Right.
Oh.
Okay.
We saw that in the last episode where she just was.
Random stuff.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's nothing of use in here. Let's keep going.
Wait, is that eucalyptus?
Essential oils.
Oh. The hallucinations.
So begin the hallucinations. I'd like to have a steam sauna in my house. Be nice.
You'd use it, what, twice? And never again.
Seems like an easy enough thing to find.
Also known as mustard seed.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
That is
Here we get
creepy.
to the
So here you
creepy
wanted
stuff.
your horror creepy stuff, Diamond Dave.
Now, what was that?
I almost thought it was like the twins from Shining.
Cordavidity?
No. You never follow.
Mom?
Who's this guy now?
You are an inconvenient woman.
That's an
that's-
interesting thing to call somebody. You
That's
are
harsh.
inconvenient. I don't know if I've ever been. Oh, that's interesting.
Is this all? This has to be all tied to them in some way.
Hallucinations? Yeah, personal. Kind of, it's kind of digging back into their past a little bit.
What are you doing, Mom?
Maybe mom died in some sort of fire.
It's my turn now.
Oh,
It's
wow.
gonna kill me. Don't say that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Oh, shit!
That's why she had the tattoo.
Look at that, her hair's not even wet.
We got the frankincense.
Did you check the pantry for the gut of a eusocial insect?
Yeah.
Okay,
Of course.
we got ours. What's next?
Now
Window
what do
she
they see?
smashed.
What is that?
Oh,
Is that
they
water?
like in an aquarium?
Yep.
Oh
not good.
boy.
Are we underwater right now?
How long is that gonna hold?
Not long when it starts cracking and leaking like that.
Get the hairs out of the way.
Yeah. I know. Now look, come on, Jen. Come on. Go nicely. Hurry up.
It's very careful.
Okay, there's the timer. I was wondering where the timer was.
Yeah, where it was at.
Next is frankincense.
No, wait, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Natural or not, Jen?
Drop it in.
I knew it.
Busted.
They just tried it.
Obviously,
You
yes,
have to
3
open
drops. Oh my god.
Let me help you. 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
It's working, right?
Huh.
What? What's wrong? You didn't think of this before?
While I was in the middle of a dramatic.
Yeah, the cauldron's got to be over a fire to heat it.
That's something people know about?
It's a super fancy cooking tool.
I've never heard of a
Sous vide? Yeah.
So you can cook your meat evenly. My
Yep.
dad loves his.
Cute.
You vacuum seal a bag of meat, of a steak, put it in water, and it keeps it at a constant temperature.
Wow.
To the left.
Aren't you fancy?
Everyone.
I've never
pull a
done
strand
it,
of hair
but I've
out of your
heard of
head.
It's a good Christmas idea for you.
Everybody, hurry up.
Oh, we're getting hers.
Hers is
Remember the
starting to
story
kick
about-
in.
Yeah.
Her kid.
Her kid.
Sold her kid
Traded
for
her
his-
son for the Book of the Damned.
Yep.
Basically for her to get her powers. All her superpowers.
There.
Yep.
Is that the book?
Mm-hmm.
So that was all she wanted. Even more than her own kid.
Agatha, we need your hair.
Oh, imagine that.
Wait.
Little things that Kathryn does, it's just fantastic.
Stop stirring. Okay. Once our intentions are aligned, it'll glow bright cerulean.
Oh, what are our intentions again?
Color is cerulean.
Right there. That's
There you go.
There it is.
Thanks, answer.
It's cerulean and Chartreuse confused. Is cerulean the green one?
No, it's blue.
Then it's not working.
Well, you need
It's like
need Sharon.
Oh, look who jumped the gun there, answer.
You can be that witch again. It can take your power, Jen.
They can never take your freedom.
Can't take your knowledge.
And close.
Same thing.
Blood. Who is in how much?
It's going to
need
be
the blood
cutting
of the
across
unborn.
the
Mason Quinn's
go on the
favorite.
hand.
Of course.
Mason Quinn's
Dude, need
favorite.
him.
The hand.
Give me your hand. Yep, give me your hand.
Mason Quinn's favorite.
Whoa!
Jesus,
Why
man.
is it the hand? Will the forearm not do it? Right there.
Well, not just that, just yeah.
Oh, you love it.
You gonna give any to Sharon?
Yeah, did Sharon just lose the time?
Sharon!
Sharon!
This is hard.
Oh, they've been saying it for a while.
Oh my god. You guys just couldn't run over it?
Like it made sense to pass it along.
That just ate up time.
Yeah.
They got it in time.
Did it work?
She also didn't put her hair in. Or did they grab her hair
I don't know
off
if they grabbed Sharon's
and they
hair
didn't clasp hands with her.
Is that our exit?
into the oven.
Might be the exit.
Not climbing in an oven.
Hansel and Gretel.
To a friend of mine once, she had a lovely house too. She ended up.
Well,
You're gonna have to go now.
that would have been me.
She's so little. Why is she so heavy?
Dead weight is always heavy.
You next.
Okay.
Because she's an adult female. Like Bill Burr said.
Looks like it's a water slide.
Wow, looks like fun.
Oh.
Oh, now they're back in their original clothes.
That's the best part.
Dude, there's a slide in the delve
Oh.
where you stand up and then you just hear a timer and the bottom goes off
Yeah.
under you and you drop, dude. Talk about a heart sinker.
Pass, dude.
It's
no
fun.
way. Hard
I'll
pass.
be doing that later this month.
Answer. You will be up there, you crazy bastard.
I was told to do this.
Rusty there, Jen?
No.
Close your nose.
No,
So-
you'll be fine. Just keep your arms up.
Sharon's dead.
Oh, wasn't in
What? We
time?
lost Sharon? Come on.
What?
Why don't you guys spend a little more time passing the damn thing instead of just running right to her?
Running it over there.
Who's Sharon?
Pass this pen to
Oh.
Wait, what?
What? How do you end it like that?
So when she dies, Agatha doesn't remember who it was? That's wild. This episode was all in. It's so crazy. She didn't remember her.
Well, she always called her Mrs. Hart.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
But she reminded her like several times.
I know.
Sharon.
no, there's more to it that
Yeah, there's
it's like
something.
she's wiped from Agatha's memory or something.
Yeah, like she's clueless.
Yeah. No idea.
Because the other.
Huh.
Everybody else knew, but not her.
Well, F and A. Cotton.
F and A, Cotton.
But I didn't want to lose Sharon.
Well, I mean, we kind of did see it. That's normally always my go-to of did we see it? And
we saw it.
we pretty much saw it. So, unfortunately, I think Sharon is gone, which is, if you ask me, a writing mistake and probably something they're going to regret for the rest of the episodes. But my personal bias aside, this episode was a lot of fun. We really dove more into the horror movie type aspect of everything, which I thought was a lot of fun. They found themselves almost in like a jigsaw type game of, you got the ticking clock and you got to figure it out. Again, I only saw the first Saw, but so that was a lot of fun. That's kind of the vibe that I got, where you're in a game, there's a clock, you got to figure it out. So that was really cool. We got to see a little bit of everybody's fears, which basically was some more character development. The potion, which I forget her name, apologies, but she kind of went in pretty hard on Teen there of telling him about Agatha and what she did with her previous child, that she essentially traded her child for the Book of the Damned, which that's about as like the most awful thing you can do, I'm sure. So it was wild that with Agatha's hallucination, she thought she heard the baby crying. It turns out it was the book. Like that's what she traded everything for, was her powers and this book. And I don't know, they really held that conversation with, with Teen and the witch who does the potions. And I don't know what they're implying there. Are they? It almost like are they trying to say like there's he's possibly Agatha's son reincarnated or something, and that's why
kind of what I
like
there for a minute.
Like that's
I'm not
why
sure.
They're hinting towards
he's got the sigil on him, so he can't speak about his past, can't say his name.
Yeah, because his face when she mentioned that to him, it was almost like, well, I kind of know.
Yeah, they really held that shot. So, I mean, that, again, they kind of glossed over in the last episode the fact that Teen was able to break Wanda's spell. I don't want to say they glossed over that fact in this one, but there was a lot of other stuff going on, yet I feel that was the most important detail of the whole episode. Because, look, at the end of the day, they had to solve a riddle, they had to figure something out, they had to get out of the room. That's all fine. That was like the tension and the thriller part of it. But to me, the most important thing of the whole episode was the possibility that Teen might be Agatha's son, which would be completely wild, and I guess we'll see if we go down that route. But yeah, overall, again, this had a totally different feel, and it seems like the episodes are just getting a little bit darker and darker, a little more horror movie vibe into it, which I'm all for. I think it's great, and it definitely adds a fun twist to this series. So yeah, big piece of info there. Let's see where they go with it.
Yeah, this was a nice, fun mix of humor and then, mystery and horror, with them all having to face one of their fears, with the mom, with whatever, where she said they're all dead, which we have no idea what that's for. An inconvenient woman, which,
as opposed to a convenient?
I don't know what it is.
That would be.
But then, like, how he tried to take her out. Was this things that happened to them that they were unable to stop that happened to him? Like, because, like, with her mom, like, taking the poison, was she not there to be able to stop her? What was, the lady that can see the futures, that was a mind reader or whatever.
The clairvoyant.
The clairvoyant, yeah. What was her past about? Because we just saw like this old timey room and table where there was like kind of like it looked like death was maybe behind someone, and they open up and like
he has like
all
a
she
nun.
said is and she said they're all dead. But then she also at one point in the episode just said out loud, "Try to save Agatha." So like, what
she said, "No,
what else
Wanda."
is she seeing, and what else is she getting told that she has seen like foretold before it has happened? And then
Because Sharon had hers when she fell down on the couch. She was saying like, "No, Wanda, no," or something like that. So that was
so like they
didn't
each
expect
so
that name drop.
they didn't really dive too much into Sharon's fear other than that.
Yeah.
Versus everyone, you got to go see a little bit more of it, and then obviously with Agatha was what she gave up for the Book of the Damned to get a heap load of power. She essentially gave up her son. So I could see that being the sigil. It was put on that. So if it was ever reincarnated, no witch and not even Agatha could ever find out who it is. Because he also said at one point, a lot happened to me at 13.
Yeah.
So we got to dive more into that. But that's what's going to be fun is he can try and talk about it, but we're never going to hear it because of the sigil that he has placed on him. And what I love too is that it's not just Agatha that has that. It's all the witches cannot hear what he has to say about himself. So I think that's going to play a huge part as well in this. But yeah, I love the mix of humor and with the mystery and the horror aspect of it, because I thought it all tied in together with Agatha not drinking the poison at first, which they did it so that way at a major point of the episode, she would see her biggest fear or her worst, thing that happened to her when she gave up the child for the book. So I thought that was perfect that they put that in there. And then the color of the cauldron, and way to be a thinker right there with the teen with getting the sous vide to boil it, because you weren't thinking that the sink could not boil at any time. But yeah, another fun episode. I cannot wait till we get into more of these, because I hope they keep adding on to like how this episode was presented with more like games and stuff like that they have to face fears and any other things along the way.
Yeah, this episode for me was a really good combination of kind of mystery with the games that they had to play, along with a little bit of some horror / I don't know if I want to say action elements, but definitely some horror type mystery sort of stuff. And then also, as they've done in the previous 2 episodes, a good mix of comedy. I'm really liking the on-screen chemistry that everybody has. And again, I spoke earlier about how the group that they put together for this coven is a pretty dynamic group of people, different backgrounds, obviously different specialties, potions maker, green power. So it's an interesting mix, and I think it's coming across really, really good on camera. Like Mason Quinn said, I like kind of the Saw thing, like, okay, we got to make this potion. We're only got 30 minutes left. I don't know how I feel about losing Sharon,
big mistake.
I mean, she's such a lovable character in everything she's in, including this. So it's like, oh, did we really have to lose her? But I'm most curious about how, as soon as she had passed on, Agatha forgot completely about her. And again, I don't know enough about backstories, and maybe it's not really something that's included in any backstories, but rather something that's meant to kind of throw all viewers off as far as the story goes. But yeah, I thought this was another really good episode, and for knowing nothing about this series before coming in, aside from what the little bit that we got with Agatha, or I shouldn't say little bit that we got with WandaVision, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think they've done a good job of kind of keeping you interested, keeping you guessing, and keeping you entertained. And that's not easy when you're presenting a relatively new, Marvel, I don't know if superhero is the right term, if that's how we're supposed to use it. Usually when we say Marvel, we just say superheroes. Super witch, I'm not sure exactly how we're supposed to reference Agatha. But in any regard, I feel like this is a lot like when I watched WandaVision, where I didn't know exactly what was happening, but because of that, it kind of piqued my interest. You have some series where it's like Captain America or things like that, where it's just, here's your action with the story. or we had Hawkeye, some twists and turns, but a lot of action, so this is an interesting combination of a lot of different entertainment elements. Again, comedy, a little bit of horror, which as we've talked about is new for Marvel, and a lot of mystery. So I'm excited to see what happens next. This has been a fun story.
Yeah. Episode 3, I was entertained, and to kind of piggyback off of that, I think it's a good thing that I don't know anything about comics or wherever the true source material is, because I'm just taking the ride and enjoying it so far. I do feel like, though, this episode should have been longer. I feel like
could have been, absolutely.
The runtime on this one was a little too short. I feel like they could have let some stuff breathe a little bit. That being said, still a good episode. I was entertained by it. Their traumas. Now, that's what I found very interesting in this episode, is that we were getting a super deep look into some of the traumas. And the one lady making the potions, I forgot her name already. She was making the potion and made it, I was sorry that I was lost in a traumatic hallucination there, which,
yeah.
That was them basically saying, tipping the hat of what it was. So each one of them had something obviously traumatic that happened to him. So it got me intrigued on all of them. Like, I want to see the full play out of it. So I don't know if it was just this once we're going to get it, and that was it, just to kind of give us a quick background into the character, or if we're going to get more of it coming in future episodes, but just like a continuation off of those traumatic events. Either way, it was good to kind of get some of that backstory. I do hope we get more of that. The agent of Mephisto. God, I can't talk. Mephisto. I'm interested in what that means. I have zero clue, but
yeah, no
she
idea.
said, or you're an agent of Mephisto. I can't.
Mephisto. South Park.
M-E-P-H-I-S-T-O.
Thank you. So I'm kind of curious, since I have no idea what that is. Maybe I might do a deep dive here just to kind of get it, but a part of me wants to not do that, because if I spoil myself, then it's going to be, one of those things. Yeah. So either way, I'm enjoying this ride. That tattoo I was really wrong on. It's clearly nothing to do with Doctor Strange and Wong. I thought that I saw that somewhere in maybe one of the Strange movies, but it's clearly not that, as I have it paused down there. But either way, can't believe we lost Sharon for the most part, and I'm really intrigued by that hook there at the end of what happened to Agatha. All of a sudden now she doesn't know it. Yeah. So again, my knowledge on witchcraft, witches, is very small and limited. So that's why this is kind of an entertaining ride for me to kind of see the magic and the witchcraft of all of this. So it's a pretty fun ride for me. Enjoying the first 3 episodes so far.
Well, that's the interesting thing with a series like this, is that I think there's 2 different ways to look at it. One is that, if you are a Marvel super fan and you know all things Marvel, you pick up on every Easter egg and you see it. I think that's one way to watch a show like this. But my fear on the flip side would be that you're so hyper focused on picking up on Easter eggs and name drops and different things that might have happened, that you might miss the overall story that they're trying to tell with Agatha. And, so there's 2 different ways to kind of go into that. And I felt it seemed to me in the first episode that, having only watched Wanda a year ago, only the one time, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness 2 years ago, just the one time, I was a little concerned that maybe I wasn't going to catch everything and catch all the details. But I think I'm at the point now here in episode 3 where I can just, like you said, take the ride with it, and I can enjoy this story for what it is. And yeah, I might miss a few callbacks and references, but I think you can still have a good time with it, enjoy it, and you're almost not as distracted by all those things that are maybe going on in the background Easter egg wise.
Well, I think on those lines, for people who are your super hardcore fans, I think that's why these shows have a lot of rewatchability factor for them. The first time you go through, it's I want to watch it. I want to hear the story. Mm-hmm. I want to take the ride. I want to be entertained. And the next time you go through it, it's okay, I already know what happens here. You know, I know what happens here. So now I can pay a little bit closer attention. You know, we talk about sometimes when we're watching certain films, we're looking off in the corner trying to catch if there's something in the background. Well, meanwhile, there's stuff going on in the middle, you know, main dialogue, because you really want to try to take all of the show in. And again, I think this is something for the hardcore people. They're going to go back and do a rewatch on this. And even, you know, we've talked about this, you know, when Mason Quinn and I finished up WandaVision, we were like, man, like, look, and our schedule, as you guys know, with watching shows is hectic. But WandaVision was worth a rewatch, especially because I think there's so much stuff that happened in the beginning when you're like, what is going on? Where after you got the full picture, you could go back, you would pick up on a lot more. And I feel like this is another one of those shows. And of course, I don't know where the rest of the season is going to go, but I feel like when we finish this season, it's like, okay, now we can go back. We already know what happens. We know how the story plays out, but now let's watch for some of those things. And I think that's one of those things. The people who that's what they really want, they want to get every little Easter egg out of it. I feel like they're going to watch this first, get the story, and then come back and watch it a second time.
Well, it's no different from us when we like see something about Inception or Fast and Furious, right? When you hear something, well, this is why we did this. If you go back, you'll see this. It's really no different, right? It's just there's no comic with it. But when you hear the Easter eggs that are being dropped, you're like, oh, I want to go back and see that now. So either way, it's comic, no comic, it's always one of those things to what you were saying where you go back and you watch it.
And the other thing I think that's great about YouTube now is that so many channels will do the Easter eggs. And a lot of times those are videos that you don't want to watch beforehand because you feel like you're going to get spoilers. If you're watching a top Easter eggs, you're going to get spoilers. But after you go back, those are the videos that are fun to watch because, you know, I've done a bunch of those and you're like, okay, I caught that. And it's one of those things where like, as soon as you see somebody, then you're like, okay, I got to go back and watch it again. I want to experience that for my first time. So yeah, these are dynamic shows.
I'm really hoping we get Rio in the next one.
Oh yeah, because she's been gone.
She left off in an interesting fashion with a little bit of a hook. Yeah. So now that we got 2 episodes without her, I'm wondering if somehow, some way she's going to be here, or we got to get back.
Would she be on the road? Or?
Well, I don't think she'll be opposing Agatha, at least not until Agatha gets her purple back. No. But will we see what Rio's up to in the meantime?
Right. I just want to see more from
7. Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and you brought it up, you know, wanting a little bit more backstory with the characters. And I think with this particular series, it speaks volumes about the writing. When you have your main character obviously being Agatha, but you have kind of this other supporting cast, and you find yourself saying, well, I need to know more about that person, and I need to know more about that person. Give me more backstory on that person. And with shows like this, when you have a limited number of episodes, I think, and we've seen this with other shows, I think they could dedicate one episode to, okay, we're going to give you backstory
Bottle
for here.
episode.
We're going to give you backstory for here.
Maybe.
We're going to give you a backstory
Give it to Scott
here.
Gimple.
We're going to give you a backstory here. There's this. And
that's what episode 8 will be, just all backstory.
All the backstories. But I think I was invested enough in the other characters to get a little bit more of their backstories. How does somebody who's a potions witch just end up, you know, in a cosmetics and wellness store? How does that happen? You know, how did they end up there?
They're still making their potions.
Well, 800 cases.
Might have 800 cases.
Still making their potions.
And it's
I'm here for
you know,
it.
and a
you can
little
have a candle and then you can eat it.
Well, and then a little bit, Agatha did kind of allude little breadcrumbs of how she got there. But yeah, like you're saying, give me the full.
Give me a full backstory.
Yeah. Well, I think these traumas too are going to come back into play as well. So
absolutely.
Maybe that'll help out. And well, we can only know when we watch the next episode, which we cannot wait for. Hopefully you are there to join us with that. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you in the next one, pals.